Se ordena que la ciudadana DELCY Rodríguez Gómez, vicepresidenta ejecutiva de la República, asuma y ejerza en condición de encargada todas las atribuciones, deberes y facultades inherentes al cargo de presidenta de la República Bolivariana de Venezuela.
After the capture of the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, Venezuela's Vice President DELCY RODRIGUEZ, who was part of the Maduro's inner circle, is now the interim president after being sworn in by the nation's Supreme Court. On Saturday, she demanded Maduro's release, saying he was the honorary president. Despite Trump's claims the USA would run the Venezuela until a safe and proper and judicial transition was possible, Maduro's allies remain in charge. It is unclear exactly how the USA plans to run Venezuela or who will be involved, but USA President said it would be a group of effort. To another side, President Donald Trump added that the USA Secretary of State Marco Rubio has been talking to Rodriguez, who had expressed her willing to do whatever the USA asks. This is at odds with the Rodriguez publicity refusing that Venezuela would become a colony of the empire. Rubio, when asked about CBS News First, The Nation Sunday, whether the USA could work with Maduro's number 2, said, "We are going to make an assessment on the basis of what they will do, not what they say publicly in the interim." Nicolas Maduro is being charged by the United States of America the terrorism and the import of cocaine and the conspiracy to possess the machine guns and the destructive devices against the USA. So this will be soon face the full watch, the full wrath in American courts. But the question is, why America has planned to attack Venezuela and take their president? Who is Maduro? Why America has struggled for capturing this man? Maduro rose as the prominent under the leadership of the left-wing President Hugo Chavez, succeeding him as the president in 2013. Maduro has been at odds with the Trump over the arrivals of the hundreds of thousands of Venezuelan migrants in the USA and the movement of drugs into the USA, in particular fentanyl and cocaine. But counter-narcotic experts say Venezuela mainly act as the country through which drugs produced elsewhere are smuggled, while fentanyl is mainly produced in Mexico and typically enter the USA via the shared land border. Trump has designated two Venezuela drug gangs, Tren de Aragua and Cartel del Sur, as the foreign terrorist organization, and has alleged that the latter was led by the Maduro himself. Maduro has vehemently denied being a cartel leader and has accused the USA of using its war on drugs as an excuse to try to deport him and get its land on Venezuela's soil. After the capture of the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, some countries and legend leaders are reacted. First country that has reacted to the capture of Venezuela's president Nicolas Maduro is Russia. Russia accused the US of committing an act of armed aggression that was deeply concerning and condemnable. Chinese foreign minister also called on the USA to release Maduro and his wife at once and stop toppling the government of Venezuela. Iran's foreign minister also called the streaks of fraudulent violation of the country's national sovereignty. Many Latin American countries, including Venezuela's neighbors, Colombia and Brazil, also condemned the action. Cuba's President Miguel Diaz-Canel described them as the criminal attack, while Colombian President Gustavo Petro called the streaks as an assault on the sovereignty. Meanwhile, Trump's ally in Argentina, Javier Milei, wrote, "Freedom moves forward," and "Long live freedom" on social media. On the international stage, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres' spokesperson said he was deeply concerned that the rules of the international law have not been respected. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer said his government would shed no tears about the end of Maduro's regime and will discuss the evolving situation in Venezuela with USA counterparts. Then the European Union's top diplomat, Kaja Kallas, reiterated the bloc's position that Maduro lacks legitimacy and that there should be a peaceful transition of power, but said the principles of the international law must be respected. Spain's Prime Minister, Pedro Sanchez, said it did not recognize Maduro's regime but would neither recognize the intervention that violates international law and pushes the region toward uncertainty. According to the reports from different newspapers and other reporters, it has been confirmed that Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, landed at the Situat Air National Guard base in New York just before 5 p.m. Maduro landed in the USA after President Donald Trump declared we are going to run the country until such time we can do a safe, proper and judicious transition in address to the nation on Saturday afternoon. He said, "We are going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest." Nicolas Maduro was captured in the USA attack to Venezuela and captured the President Nicolas Maduro and the First Lady Celia Flores. This capture of President of Venezuela was occurred in the USA military operation by the USA Armed Territorial Force, the military's top counter-terrorism unit after the CIA source in Venezuela government helped the USA track with the location. More than 150 aircraft were used to get the extraction team in the capital. Trump added that no USA forces were killed and there were a few injuries. Nicolas Maduro and his wife were taken aboard on the USS Io Jima and then a plane which later landed at the Situat Air National Guard base in the New York State. The pair were then transported to the Metropolitan Detention Center, a federal facility in Brooklyn. US officials have indicated that airstrips around Caracas were used as the cover for the extraction operation. Also, thank you so much for following us in this video. Keep on following us for other updates in Africa and the rest of the world. So staying here means being updated with the news in the world that are just trending. Thank you so much for following this video and keep on subscribing, commenting and doing other things that can make you keep on being updated on Africa TV Rwanda.